I get a public notice we all man need for pay attention to. This now breaking news. I just um this public notice to come up from the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. And the dates now today, 14 July 2026. Discontinuance of charges against former President Anes Bai Koroma. Today, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice has filed a notice to discontinue the criminal proceedings against former President Dr. Anes Bai Koroma in accordance with Section 45 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024. This decision was taken in exercise of the powers conferred on the Attorney General by the laws of Sierra Leone. Former President Koroma had been charged with offenses relating to treason and misprision of treason and was granted bail on medical grounds. As a result of today's filing, the proceedings are no longer before the courts, and the former president's bail comes to an end with immediate effect. The former president's bail comes to an end with immediate effects. Former President Koroma is therefore free to return to Sierra Leone upon the completion of his medical treatment or at any time of his choosing. Then at the end of the breaking news, the public updates, public notice will come out from the office of the Attorney General. I go read an Creole one more time so that when I already carry Creole service, the people are going before carry them. It say the public notice from the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. This is not effective now. The governments don't tap in case we get against the former president, Dr. Anes Bai Koroma. The Attorney General and the Minister of Justice don't file a notice for make them go tap the criminal case where them gets against the former president, Dr. Anes Bai Koroma, in accordance with Section 45 of the Criminal Procedure Act 2024. The decision where the office of the Attorney General don't take, it take them because of the power with the laws of Salone give the Attorney General. So this decision here, it pull them from the laws, and that power they say, anytime we case they go on, it can tap that case there as long as you not get judgment hit. Famulengo member say the former president be them in charge with offenses then we relate to wetin be happen year November 26, treason and misprision of treason, and them been grant and bail. The courts been grant and bail on medical grounds. Because of this filing, we don't happen as I talk now. The case where the Attorney General being gets on behalf of the states against the former president no longer no day before the courts. And that bail with them in grants the Attorney General, it don't count to an end, so you're not there on bail anymore. The release end say the former president, Anes Bai Koroma, therefore free for comeback Salone, we done in medical or at any time we in choose for come. Because this particular case, the AG today don't file to the courts for lots applicates. That's now the breaking news we get from the office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice of Salone. That breaking news they now go all out. I think the ATGCF they go ahead and go tweet them and they go there now all the different platforms them. Now we come to the panel. It's a very interesting time for the panel because we get some distinguished members of the panel now. we are one for introduce number one, the presidential spokesperson, Alhaji Dr. Alpha Kano. We're glad you were there with we. We get with sister, we na the executive secretary for the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. With sister, we na Madam Hawa Samai, and see if they can give perspective on this topic. And last, but by no means the least, a distinguished leader now with Parliament, my brother, where they represent we as well, na ECOWAS, the Right Honorable Emerson Sir Lamina. We can discuss this news, ECOWAS, and with the implications for peace and national cohesion. I just want to say, I know see people will get question on this breaking news. I make we will take the question. But we'll do this conversation briefly and we'll come to now in case there are any questions. And I will announce as well to the press on this issue. Primary spokesman on behalf of the government will be myself. On behalf of the presidency will be the Honorable Alpha Khan. So all my way for get any additional conversation on this issue will come primarily through me or come through to the Honorable Alpha Khan. So this is something that we'll do together. But Honorable Alpha Khan, in fact, if finally will start with you, I want to make you frame for we this breaking news, the ECOWAS happening in a saloon with the person we you dey talk for, President Julius Maada Bio. Why at this time, at this country, President Bio, they host ECOWAS? What do you mean? Tell me, I want to talk to the people of this country because you can talk to them sometimes in ways that only you can. For let them situate this moment and the leadership of President Bio they provide, we don't continue for provide. So we will help for frame Nandi for we, and then we will come to Honorable, we will give you the ECOWAS perspective. We want to do some civic education on ECOWAS, and then we will come to his sister. We will do the peace and national cohesion framing for we. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Government Spokesman, Minister of Information and Civic Education. You don't give me big task. News. Namige for broke down more and more and more and more. Let people understand that. You do that when you understand the character and the personality of the president who we get. So for that, I therefore ask you permission. Just as you read the breaking news in English, I have a prepared opening statement in English. After which we will broke them. Pankrio, Timni, Limba, Kuranko, Yalunka, Easy, and even Kuru. With your permission. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate. And good afternoon, all we people in Sierra Leone. Please lend me your ears. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Today, I wish to speak not merely as a politician, but about the character of our president. Throughout Sierra Leone's history, whenever our nation faced defining moments, extraordinary leaders emerged to answer the challenge of their times. In my own capacity as an observer of politics and history, I have often described them as our centurials. Centurials are borrowed from the Roman centurion, meaning a leader of a battalion of 100 men, soldiers. But that's not what I mean. Borrowing the word, because what I want to tell you about the period of upheavals that happened in Sierra Leone, almost providentially, coincidentally, or even inexplicably, after every almost 100 years. That is, I will start with the year 15. In 1585, we had a leader called by Farmer Tami at Koya. He was the one who stopped the Malians led by Masariko when she came to take over the rest of the country. And he was able to organize a proper government within Koya in a town he called Robaka. That was 1585. He united our people at that time. And then in 1685, almost 100 years ago later, there was another attempt by Portuguese slave traders to enter the hinterland of Sierra Leone in search of slaves. But there was a king in the mouth of the river, at the confluence of the River Rokel and the Bankasuka at Pepel exactly, called by Adam Portuguese. Portuguese is the corruption of the word Portuguese, because he stopped the Portuguese from going into the hinterland, and he concentrated them, restricted them to do their trade only at Burns Island. That is why today we talk about Burns Island. It was by Adam Portuguese who did that. And for those of you who have visited Burns Island, you will see that his grave, his tomb is still there and still marked the year of death, 1685. That's 100 years since by Farmer. And then in 1787, we had the British come here. They had chosen Sierra Leone as a place to return freed African slaves. But when the British came with all their might, they met a leader at the coast called King Nembana, aided by his assistants, King Jimmy and King Tom. You recognize their names from the place named after them. They did not fight. They negotiated. They played the diplomacy and were able to get the British to pay a lease for the piece of land now called the Western Area that they gave to them. That was negotiation. That was the power of diplomacy. That was King Nembana. So that was the second centurial. In 1898 after that, almost another 100 years, you can see 120 years, had the incursion into the hinterland after Sierra Leone had been declared a crown colony, a protectorate. The British administrators decided to impose what was called a hut tax on our people for the homes that they had built themselves, the homes with which they built with mud blocks, the homes they used sticks to build, thatch and everything. Everything came out of their bush, out of their jungle, out of their area. But the Queen of England then, Queen Victoria, said that they must pay tax for their homes. But we had this strong leader called Baibure. He stood against that. He said, this was unfair. How can I pay tax without representation? I don't know the Queen. She hasn't built my house. Why should I pay her tax? So he resisted that. And that was the beginning of the hot tax, of the independence movement of Sierra Leone. That was 1787. Almost another 100 years since by Adam Portuguese. And then in 1996, another 100 years, almost, not so, from 1898 to 1996, it's 98 years, not so? It's almost 100 years. What was happening around 1996? We were at war among ourselves. We were killing ourselves, brother against brother, sister killing mother, and all that sort of thing. Fratricidal, the worst fratricidal war this region has ever known. It had to stop. But there was a young soldier, a captain of the Sierra Leone army, called Julius Maada Bio. When he took over the leadership of the country, he decided that fighting brothers against brothers will never end the war, because no battle ends in the battlefield. No war. You have to come to the negotiating table. So at great danger to himself, selflessly, He went in search of the rebel leader, Foday Sankoh. He went to Ghana, he met President Jerry Rawlings. He went to Nigeria, he met President Babangida. He came to Cote d'Ivoire and met President, I forgot his name slightly, President Bade, what is his name? No, after him. Yes, Tonan Bedi. And he helped him to look for Foday Sankoh. In fact, he assigned the foreign minister of the Cote d'Ivoire to President Bio. He said, I see that you are a serious person. Wars have to be negotiated. So let Mr. Amara Essie help you. And Amara Essie himself took it as if it was his own war. They went all over, went to the bush and found Foday Sankoh eventually. In fact, when I get the story from His Excellency, the President, the helicopter that they took to go to the camp there couldn't land because it was muddy. So they had to jump from the helicopter to meet with Foday Sankoh. And Amara Essie actually sprained his leg there. And that pain stayed with him until he died last year. And I went to that funeral to represent Sierra Leone on behalf of His Excellency. So this is the kind of fortitude, the kind of bravery our president showed when he was a very young man. He was just about 32 years old at that time in 1996, you know that. But he did that. But after that, the next thing was what? The people clamored for democracy. We want democracy. He said to them, I have spoken with Foday Sankoh. They want us to finish the war and then we go into elections. But since you want elections now, I will give you elections. And he negotiated and oversaw the elections of 1996. When there was a clear winner at the time, he handed over to President Ahmad Tijan Kaba only after 3 months of being president, a young man in Africa, a soldier with guns and everything. He could have stayed. Say, I would not, I'll resist. It was wartime. He could use the war as an excuse. So, no, for the sake of Sierra Leone, I'll hand over. And he went away. And he came back now. He's president of Sierra Leone. So exactly almost 100 years when Baibure stopped the incursion of the British Crown into our hinterland, President Julius Maada Bio stopped the war for us. Just another 100 years. So if you count from by Farmer Tami 1585, by Adam Pototuki 1685, that's 100 years, in Mbana 1987, and then you have 1898, King Mbana 1787, Baibure 1898, another 100 years, and then you have President Julius Maada Bio 1996, almost 100 years also. Doesn't it show you a pattern that for some weird reason, known only to God, that the greatest moments of upheaval for Sierra Leone happen almost 100 years apart? But there's always somebody who will stand up for his people. And in 1996, President Julius Maada Bio stood for us. So what does that tell us about President Bio? So in our own time, President Dr. Julius Maada Bio answered history's call. At one of the darkest moments of our civil war, he helped create the conditions for peace through engagement with the rebel leadership, leading Foday Sankoh in the search for a negotiated end to the conflict. He then supervised democratic elections. That same commitment to peace, democracy, and national reconciliation continues to define his leadership today. And of course, civilization also teaches that justice and mercy are not enemies. The Holy Quran reminds us in Hamim Tanjilul Rahman, which we call Fusilat. It said, you must repel evil with what is better. Then the one between whom and you there was enmity may become as though he were a devoted friend. Surah Fusilat, chapter 41, verse 34. Then our Lord Jesus Christ taught us in the Sermon on the Mount. He said, blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy. Matthew 5, verse 7. And in Matthew 5:9, he said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Even Shakespeare reminds us in The Merchant of Venice, in the encounter between Portia and Shylock, when she was pleading for Antonio. What did she say? She said, the quality of mercy is not strained. It falls down from heaven as a blessing underground below. If it's twice blessed, it blesseth him that gives and him that receives. In Temne, even in Temne folklore, what do we have? We have a proverb that says, when you are angry with your neighbor, swallow the venom and spit the water so that you will always leave room for dialogue. You don't spit the blood, because blood, once spilled, has to be repaid. These timeless teachings remind us that true strength is demonstrated not only by enforcing justice, but also by pursuing reconciliation wherever the Constitution and the laws of Sierra Leone permit. And we have just heard that the Attorney General took the lead on this clemency, if you call it, on this magnanimity. Looking through the powers vested upon him by the Constitution of Sierra Leone, that it is possible for the case of President Ernest Bai Koroma to be discontinued within the laws of Sierra Leone without stepping on any justice. President Bio's record has consistently reflected a belief that peace, democracy, and national unity are among our republic's greatest treasures. As we, a people, continue to build a stronger Sierra Leone, let us remain guided by justice, tempered with wisdom, and inspired by the hope of lasting national reconciliation. A country was built on justice. This mercy can strengthen us, and unity will secure it for generations yet unborn. I thank you.
Well, I think the house for say amen. The world for say amina. Look, there are moments in history, we tell Alhaji Alpha Kantenki, tem nende we na tem for love bika, tem nende we na tem for peace, we na tem for love bring the country can together. Tem nende as well we na tem for exceptional leadership. When a leader they step up and say, no matter what happen, me I dey choose waiting in the best interest of the entire people of this country. It's not a decision where the AG office don't take. They don't file. But His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, if any leader in the history of Salone were willing and capable for do big things for move this country in the right direction, I think history will be very kind to President Dr. Julius Maada Bio. Like how Alhaji say, we in a young man, join the military, fought in the war, start the peace process. Many people don't know say in family were massacred in Tium. They began reason for hates for the Sanko and IUF with all in being, so not ever say on that table, crush them. Say no. Started the peace process. He gives Salone the ultimate gifts. No gifts, no pass peace in the world. No gifts. If now lie, check with any country to go through conflict now. Let you hear within the pray. Say, God, if now anything no more one log, all come bad, but you allow get peace. President Bill gave us peace. He took a courageous decision. I also tell somebody, let show me whose military leader were popular a kind of power inside 3 months he hand over power. Where he come, not of us say the first and I hand over, I conduct the election. He said the time, say we will be there, we know they extend themselves. That's how they left him. Most people don't know, say, President Julius Maada Bio, in first cabinets, where he be military leader, he be include Samora Kamara, he be include KKY. A lot of people don't even know that. Joseph Samsise of the APC in Agriculture Minister. Paul Kamara, Christian. This is the man. When you see in this, they tell it from a young age, in instinct don't always be what he say na Makeni. He say, me. I know they check who say you come out. I know they check your time. In cook, in security, in chief of staff, all in when he meets them, who they ever make, then come out from other parts of the country, they speak different languages. In first cabinets, all of that. It shows democracy. He give the country the ultimate gift. Conduct the election. He could have changed. If we don't, at that time, by the way, if he could have decided, say, let him become a civilian, he run. He could have decided, say, they contest. He go inside the election like how some other people they don't do. He becomes civilian. He left. He pull and he go completely. And at no point where they are away, anybody no accuse and say don't interfere. Very important point. Nobody no accuse and say he be deep and try for machinate. He go study, focus. When he come back, he say they go through the democratic process. He contest the loss, he accept. First inside party. Then he get the party in symbol, he contest the loss. He believe say reason be there for electoral justice that same day. He puts up his hand, he say they choose the country. He left. Yes, sir.
Nabi Menabi, Minister of Presidential Affairs at the time, at the State House when they cut the case against them, say, yes, you may have evidence, but you don't come too late. With laws in Sierra Leone is that if you have an election-related matter, especially presidential elections, you don't come within 7 days of the announcement of results. He went there 10 days later. So on that basis, then dismissing case. You know what he did? He went to State House. He go to my office. He say, Alpha. He say, I want to see President Ernest Bai Koroma. He don't go there alone. Then he go with the body of Christ and some of the interreligious council. So I go meet President Koroma. I say, Mr. President Julius Biamna, be there. We want you. I say, hey, Oman, call him. What do you want? Now I say, he want to talk to you. He said, I go call them. I go call them. They came in. Sule Daramin, and Karen go inside. It was in scope. Present him. You know the first thing he did? As he see Ernest Koroma, he embraced him. Now you can see that picture there. Now he embraced him. He said, for the sake of Sierra Leone, you are my president. And from that day onwards, we see come out, he go England. He not come again for comfort. That's where Ebola come.
In fact, the only time he come back, now when it was needed for national service, a moment where he say, for can't help for fight a disease will be the threat in this country. And where Kamusa he go first? He go State House. He go meet with President Koroma. He say, how can I help? The only question he ask, how can I help? He go all across the country to decide the way you know see in people them. Ask, well, not holding a power now, and then I let them suffer more so that I will make reason for kind of power. Never did that. Every time this man don't be faced with a crossroad for choose between your own ego, your own personal interest, for choose anything, you don't always decide for go with waiting they in the best interest of this country and waiting they in judgment. We will move this country in the right direction. I think since a time, a period this as well as we enter ECOWAS, all the heads of state in the camp, we hear the message we give na Makeni, a message of national cohesion. I've been telling us that in choose for do the town hall na Makeni. So a leader in the think ways will me, the think. He choose for go Makeni. Say and not so in stronghold. If not clap it be once. But elect we unpick and manipulate. Say we never manipulate whole area na Makeni. Not so we cannot. If not clap no maybe why they go bond. Or Kenema, But say logo Makeni, logo get real conversation about peace, about unity, about cohesion, about bringing the country together, about real development, about coming together and moving forward. He did that, and I give credit to the people of Makeni as well. They extend their hand, they applaud, and they see the things that we don't do. And today we see the decision as well. So if any Sierra Leone and they else deal, they wonder, they ask a question, what kind of leader we have? We get a leader in President Julius Maada Bio, where each time they live the values Salome Big Pass we all. They live the motto of this country, unity, freedom, and justice. They live the sentiment of bringing this country together because the country is important and bigger than all of us. But now come back to ECOWAS. Honorable Emerson Lamina, I want you to spend some time, do some civic education for people. Are they do the radio rounds then this year? And some people they say, we don't even know what's except with the host ECOWAS. What's ECOWAS don't do for we? What's in a ECOWAS? Yeah. I talk about the gift of peace and stability and all that. So I want you to do two things for me, sir. And I'm not saying a lecturer. But yeah, with a small time constraint, but I will give some time. For situate the value of ECOWAS to Sierra Leone and Salone in contribution to ECOWAS, reflected in our leadership, Sidit Yunis, Speaker, you representing us, Abdul Kagbo and others, and the role with Sierra Leone and ECOWAS, the relationship we get, and why such a meeting are important. I think what I hear from government perspective, follow here from the honorable member of parliament, we actually see on ECOWAS for people understand for we. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Minister Siba. Me people, now a privilege, and also an opportunity for make we know about ECOWAS, that is the parliament. It is beautiful that we are operating dual parliaments. We operate Salone Parliament, we also operate Nigeria, Abuja, ECOWAS Parliament. A very clear that the supplementary act work and very, very clear. But before that, I goes to small history lane. Sometimes in 1975, Nigeria may get a military leader, very young, forward-looking, futuristic, Nkula Yakuba Gowand. Then we actually born this vision. Shout out in brother Natugu, Yasimi Yandema. How do we do? Follow get to citizens them, and then 15 countries here. Then they work out free one, free movement of citizens them. Make we get free trade. When tariff business go be reduced among ourselves. Make we integrate because of language, with culture, with religion. We are the same people. How do we come about that? Then come around 1975 May for form ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States. They may actually pay attention to trade and I don't go to try themselves for money business. 50 years on, just last year we celebrate to 50 years ECOWAS. Around 2000, the ECOWAS Parliament was also born. Who's I mean they represent? The ECOWAS in Edman and the chairman, where we, Salone so blessed, forget the chairman of head of state, head of authority, and government. His Excellency, President Julius Maada Bio, and happened to be the chairman at this time. I mean, tell somebody that there could have been no better time than bringing President Maada Bio as chairman for ECOWAS at this moment. I will tell you the reason. It's not only tailor for the time. When you look at the man in profile, President Julius Maada Bio is tailor-made. At a time when countries they don't backslide, they say, no, we'll be there, we need it again. And then a soldier man, then. I'm talking of Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. They say, no, we don't come out, even Guinea-Bissau. We don't come out, we don't mix again, because we political leaders, they've been doing one time or the other, they're not all democracy fine. That is a man. He gets a language for tell and say, yes, me, I'm a military leader. I pull the combat. I go nearly 20 years. I forget for governance business. I come again. I wear civilian clothes. I go to democracy. As the minister say, I lost. Abia. I put my country before. I come again. I win election. That's a man. You see, no ECOWAS country at the moment, they don't understand that language. Like from a tailor-made man, we don't be head of state in combat head of state in civil. That's the man. President Julius Maada Bio. Today, at the head man, what does this mean? It means for Salon say they deepen with democratic credentials. For look at the head man, where with consensus, then they call the shots. What's happening now? He called the shots. You know, many things in West Africa. You know, the Right Honorable Vacan Ambassador touched on a very sensitive point. It's like this man do beaucoup peace business, peace mission. What happened recently in the Benin Republic? He overturned coup, make the government sit down back. What happened Guinea-Bissau? He said, no, are they going at this timeline? When all democracy, what happened Guinea? Are they going at this timeline? When I get democracy, can you imagine? If you don't do all that, now other countries then, when they clap for a winner ECOWAS parliament, we are so proud. Whenever we turn up or talk, it's a small country. But we could get the chairman, all eyes are on us. Each time, my brother, Honorable Abu Kabo, each time at TINAP, and we leader of delegation, Veronica Kadisi said TINAP for talk. We are so respected. Yes, a small country. Why? The chairmanship, we are so respected. Where are we going? So you see, this are the man, where at the moment, take a decision, say no, I'll come to that in detail better. But total for 10 years, in short, we're a very rich country. We contribution at ECOWAS. If you look at them, at the one time, Dr. Shekasti hold the headmanship. Where are we coming at this particular moment? We don't get President Julius Maada Bio as the chairman for all authority then, government then, and head of state then, saying, now, we don't chairman this. We understand both the military language and the civilian language. Inside the same ECOWAS, we don't get an executive secretary, 89 to 93, Dr. Cheryl Abbas Bundu, in record. Oh, when they read in CV, each time when you go ECOWAS session, you get a whole documentary on Cheryl Abbas Bundu. For like get that name to the ECOMOG, now in aid, in design, ECOWAS is about the Fed side, we call ECOMOG. That's his legacy. Dr. Abbas Cheryl Bundu, who inside ECOWAS, who don't get speaker in the person of Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis, he don't be speaker. We make Sierra Leone and get beaucoup job at the parliament, even at the commission. Inside this parliament, inside ECOWAS, I will tell you, say, we get separation from the head of state and authority, we get the commission, where they run the executive wing, inside the secretariat there, we get the parliament, we also get the court. Inside the court, we don't get vice president, a Sierra Leonean, Sengu Justice Nkrumah. Justice Sengu Nkrumah. You can imagine, inside this parliament, at the commission, we don't get a vice president. We don't call our sister, Madam Finda Nkrumah, lawyer. Inside this ECOWAS, Sierra Leone get beaucoup benefit at the commission. Beaucoup Sierra Leone look at the commission at the parliament. And now we they call the shot. You know what that mean? Each time ECOWAS sit down, and then they tell you say President Maada Bio go dominate the agenda, but he calls the agenda at this all discuss. What I respect for we. The chairman for over, when I look at ECOWAS population, over 400 million. About that? Or above 400 million citizens inside ECOWAS. He chairs it. Yes, that's the man. So for we, you don't deepen with democratic credential. That Salon is a country we for look up to. Salon, we look at history. Just now, the ambassador give a summary. We don't come out from fine good governance under Sam Milton. Just after independence. As we turn out, we don't share history of coups and counter-coups in the same country. As it turned out, we don't go 2 years, the issue of corruption, past government. We don't go through 11-year interregnum. What an horrendous war. Cut and cut foods. In all of these things, we grapple. So no, Salon is a classical example. We say they do war. Yet, they're going to table, they're still going to negotiate. Peace camp. Inside the world today, the world they look at you as a classical example. You mean what camp? What on peaceful on a table? That's an example. We go through fragile democracy. Today we are getting stronger in democracy. Government in rule and loss. He had no power. Opposition can take power. A loss. He had no power again. Can you imagine? From fragile to stronger democracy. Little by little. That is what we are going through. We don't go through diseases. You can imagine, I talk of COVID-19, you can't let on but Ebola. We struggle, then stigmatizing the whole world. We for done Ebola, we fed them. Because of the listener of Ebola, President Julius Maada Bio, it tambai. for fight COVID-19. You know, it's finished. We're on record. Where are we going? As it turns out, Minister Siba don't read out misprision of treason. They don't read out crimes. But because the Attorney General get the authority and call Nola Kuseke, this case, I make it Alibasa. I cannot go there much. Me a lawmaker. But where are we going? Today, we are saying President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma former should come back home. What does this mean? I'm in ECOWAS. With contribution then to peace building. I get opportunity every year. Country they produce and present and read out and country reports. Now they will then MP the TNAP now for Checheram, tell country them, I don't go TNAP for peace. That no country they fall back. Nobody taken aback. There are signs. They make. I'm so glad you don't enact how you want the response center build. Nothing that happen in a country through accidents. Now thing that happen small. Today we get Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, very powerful institution. Where many countries they inside ECOWAS and they don't get aid. So we advance. When you look at the legislations, then some also new, some repeal. We don't do. Many countries get fall back away. When I can tell for talk about Kiwi bill. Now ECOWAS Parliament. They then say, hey, honorable member, we respect it out of your bill. Don't bring it here. You mean we should not marry under 18? Please stop it there. That is the country we have. Giving women opportunity that for benefit from the free quality education. So the stance at this time, I tell you about country like Banjul. Each time I jam and send message, I come on. President Malabi they get peace. The Banjul president will call, hey, go to the council. And yeah, this person come. Next time Macky Sall, inauguration will go on. They get standby flights. Macky Sall in Senegal. Inauguration will go on. After that, I left. Play the beat for it. And there is the country, irrespective of all what in happen, they still will allow water to go under the bridge. Today, the Attorney General, you don't see in public notice that all charges against some of them get misprision of treason. When you go to History Lane, we cannot go to it. Mina was charged with misprision of treason. The next day, he landed himself where Panama Road, right? But here is a man, President Jos Malabio, an epitome of peace. So, no! Now, only one country we get. Let's hug. Let's chill. Now, only Mama Salon we get. That's the beauty. Before this week expire, definitely we have a parliamentary resolution on the subject matter we don't discuss.
Okay. See, we get another breaking news. But this don't in the works for a while. One for tell the outstanding ECOWAS MP, leader, member of the parliament, chairman, this man entitled Boku, mayor, they get plenty title them. But they tell one of the outstanding public servants in the Republic of Sierra Leone. We thank you, sir, for your leadership. And say our ECOWAS peace, national cohesion. Will not be no say today you can meet up this news, but you don't meet up. You're not the right person. When something happen, now you can do the talk between. Now you did try for do the institutionalization of peace. Now the country, we can work together sometime on the civic education aspect. I want to comment on the importance of the aging step we don't take today, what I just announced on behalf of the government of Salone, and the ECOWAS summit in Kanwan na Salone, and what it for mean this moment for the country, for peace, for national cohesion. Over to you.
On a good evening, because you don't pass afternoon safe. Good afternoon, everybody. One for tell Papa God thank you. The Bible saying everything, Lord give thanks. I know say we pastor and chief imam Naya, so we don't preach to we today. Say me say I forget say not to church today. I almost say amen. What to make I say Lord give Papa God thank you. For me, one of the first thing why I read this announcement, just now take me phone on. I see why they look me phone. Now the unity agreement at the fence on my phone. I say, waiting this imply for we, now the Peace Commission and as a nation inside this unity agreement. Because members say one of the things they currently they work on now make sure say agreements where party then sign they also fulfill them. And what I watch the first thing where I see now resolution 6. Like read down for now. It says both parties commit to re-engineer and rekindle the relationship with the national social, political, economic system, such as between His Excellency the President and former political leaders, in brackets, former presidents and vice presidents, the APC and SLPP leadership, etc. Why read that day? Why are you waiting? This announcement say, it make a blow candle. You go say, waiting make you blow candle. Now for just say no more, now for just tick the box no more, now na day for na the Peace Commission, or na for make sure say teen all. From una way don dey observe we na the Peace Commission, una know say we need to look at things surface level. We always make sure say we drill deep. If we say we dey make peace, we dey make peace. And this week, if una dey even follow we na with Facebook page, una see say we, the national moral guarantor them, and also the APC, we mean they go around institutions them. We they go ask them, this agreement where we been signed, how far una don't go? Wetin una don't do? Wetin na the bottleneck them inside there? If challenge they, how we can help una as an institution? Then they all man ask questions, they're able for answer questions them. And I should say una no yeri say anything don't come out the way ala dey inside. It should say salon people there we able for sit down, we able for manage situation for we self, we able for talk to we self, and we able for bring peace calm to we self. If we not be able, then not be for tolerate the team the way they go around. The only side we left when tomorrow, in fact, now this press release make we not do one today. Now ECSL tomorrow we the day na ECSL and na they with the complete all thing go down complete. We go down visit all the institution. But so far, I go tell una so good. Everybody happy because they find out say all man they work. Pan the tripartite recommendation. All man they work. Nobody, no institution, no day will lack the end. All man don't move. All man don't AC foot. All man don't do something. What to make us start from yonder? Let we look at we country Sierra Leone. And then they talk about the history where we already do yeri. We don't come up and war. Tell God thank you for the international partner then where they can help with. But one thing what I can always tell people then, now the fact say, Salomon, when we go na the table, anytime we go na the table, where we talk case, and people they witness them, when it comes to implementation, we they implement. No agreement, no the way they go say from what they come on at that table, no they panda agreements the way they implement. Go look back na all the agreements then way Salomon don't do. Something they way we don't do. It should say we able for talk to we self. We can make bad hearts by ourselves, and then they say, as Pakaba say, we have bad hearts. But that not mean say we hate ourselves that much that we're not able to talk to ourselves. So now how that we were that day? Now this commission we work. Now how for make that we bad that we will get for ourselves? How we go see them as positive change? More change them to good that. The commission work now for how they go around for forgive ourselves. How they go around and breach peace. If we look at certain things where the people are holding at this table, where they're not even touch about. The UN Security Council, where we've been there 2024 and 2000 to 2025. Where we there under, we see how Salon promote peace in the world. We not tap there. We also see na the security cause when Mr. Sef, I go present, then collect and what we do na the unity agreement. They say, do ya Peace Commission, una can't show we how we do this. By the time I do my presentation done, lad give una this is testimony now na Alpha Canning Church. By the time when we're done, Haiti and other countries then can meet with you at this model. We need them. We need for know how for engage more. We need for understand how social cohesion they prevail now in a country. How una able for the make sure say they implement agreements. Then other countries that we're not even inside Africa. Now then they can meet we and tell we say, look, get a blueprint of some of the things they will they do. If we they go market we self as peaceful people then. And then kind of not able to see evidence, then we say we'll get problem. But one good thing, last week I've been there meeting na the UN. I know we call us UN, but na UN na Salonia so again. Then say how we get peace commission there across Africa. They say, but waiting the Salon Peace Commission don't exhibit. No other peace commission don't exhibit it. This is from a UN very senior UN official. And I go say, peace. We can always say this, and Makam, because I study peace. One of the things they say if the government not take the lead, peace never succeed. Because for late opposition says smile, again for say the government willing for make peace. And we see say that don't go right through. We don't see the government always they make efforts. And we say the Peace Commission, they take advantage of that. For bring not just APC, but all other political parties and actors them on board. For sure say, we promote peace at all levels. Whether not the paramount chief them, we don't work with them. Whether not the councillor them, we don't work with them. Whether not government line ministry them, we don't work with them. And we don't want to go back to the past. In fact, right now as I talk to you, now we office na the hall, we get meeting there where they look at the TRC, any recommendation, and waiting don't achieve so far. We get 40 parastatals the way they do right now, where they update. So far, we waiting we don't find out so far, and they still the update. 61% of waiting the TRC recommend, we already implement as a nation. That document they waiting there for now for promote peace and social cohesion. In not tap day. Then don't make mention but we president how what they do na ECOWAS. But also na the AU. Now na the coordinator of the C10. And that's na the 10 countries them where they lobby for make sure so they give we permanent seats. 2 permanent seats and 2 non-permanent seats for Africa. Now the UN Security Council. And Salon done the champion now. How we go champion and then we know the correct we yo. We're not able to take care of we home. Now that's what they do. The unity agreement. I go tell you again, the unity agreement. Not all people in council don't then take Ken the we say una write this, una write that. Una write this. Na so una for agree. Not also una for agree. No, not also be happy. No, if anybody writes that history there, me, now witness, I go tell una say not also it be. I'll tell una say the government send the representative, the APC then send the representative, then sit down, the 2 party, and then they write waiting there na that unity agreement word for word. No international person not be engaged over them. For do waiting and do. That means they may get passion for peace and social cohesion. That means all my want for see Salon peaceful. That means all my want for see team better. For let we agree to that, for me then go sit down. We, the Peace Commission, will go meet president. They've been there open, they've been there on social media. We'll go meet an office and say, Pa, this now we recommendation for the Peace Commission. Do you go allow we for do this? He say anything once now for bring peace and social cohesion can the country, una go do one. That's not how we don't use for work. So if the agreement say we for make sure say peace day between former president and the vice president them and all the stakeholder them, for me I smile, all me tits go there do.
No clap for you.
Yes, no clap for we all. For we all. Because it's not a one-man business, so Peace now with all business. If you feel say you not contribute to peace, you don't lie. If you waste all your feel say you not contribute to peace, you don't lie. Because what they write now your newspaper matter. What they put now your radio programs matter. What they put now your TV programs matter. How we they deal with research now we host them. It matter. How we they deal with your neighbor them. Whether una na same religion or not the same religion or whether una na the same party or not to the same party or it matter. Now they make peace day. Because if we been hate ourselves because we belong to different religion, trust me, we for be feel by the other country them way older than the fact. But Salon not answer. In fact, one of the things them where they can joke about Salowa can go then conference, they say that only where you can at Salon you the yeri where they say, how church today say Alhamdulillah. Just imagine, you come out church, they say how the service today say Alhamdulillah. So it's so important that even as we they celebrate, because this ECOWAS conference for me is a celebration.
Yeah.
Right? Celebration of achievements as peaceful country, because if peace not been there, Salon are the second most peaceful country in our West Africa, if you know.
Yep. Second only.
Yeah? We they ahead of Ghana and Senegal.
Yes.
Won't I feel say some man they run go there and feel say them peaceful pass
We
way.
rather
Not
live
so
here.
true.
Thanks to President Bill.
We peaceful. So and if we not been peaceful, then they can hold ECOWAS conference now. Yeah. So this not showcase. In only the showcase with tourism business, it also they showcase how peaceful we are. Because if you want to go na net na beach, and they meet some the people they walk on the conference, then they na beach. Even them, then they relax there. So if Salon not been peaceful, if you say then go relax na beach where net don't come, then go for some country then arm robbery. Then don't go put gun at the head na net for thief their wallet. But they see then they stroll na the beach. Then they enjoy themselves. Then go na the hotel room them when they want. That's now what we need for showcase. For look and bring the president come back. The former president come back. And they say then drop all the charges. How you and me go embrace them. Now that we need for look at. How we go ensure say this showcase we at every level, not only in Africa, but at global level. Say Salon are the country where we don't repeal death penalty, right? We need to kill with citizens there again. We not believe in that. And now, even though they say they don't charge them president, they drop all the charges, they say because of peace and social cohesion. Please let me and you to make a boast about it. And let we teach, we picking them for forgive. Let we teach, we office them. They want the other in our office. How we go reconcile? How we go work towards peace and social cohesion. So Salon not go only known for peace, but for social cohesion as we move ahead.
Alhamdulillah. In Jesus' name. See, then a different vibe we're gonna have today. We can for talk about what they bring we together. See, the allergy, it cuts the scripture. Also unique to Salon. Unique to we. Muslims, they attend Christian schools. Christians, they attend Muslim schools. The president is a practicing Catholic. He's married to a practicing Muslim. Most Salon people don't even know that they're amazing because we don't so used to her. And your mama we born in a Haja. It's the beauty of this country. When I make trade, in my last job, I've been advised for in government the way they can hire. And I've been spend a lot of time, they talk to embassies and all that. I can tell them, say, if anybody tells say Salon so divided, they lie by you. We come at the politics, they argue. It's people like that. But the average Salon man, me, I just come up parliament, sir. I go table successfully the government printer. Oh, they talk. Now that same parliament, if you're a leader and leader, in fact, the two leaders, they're also not members of the Radicals Club. They will talk, then they laugh, then they joke, The APC, they still enter. We say still enter. They all come and do. We all go sit down, we eat together. We all go to the same party there. We all marry the same woman there and the sister there. Meet up in the Monday, you know. We have so much in common. We Allah don't bless you with now this country. And we for allow letting thing and they become what they define we, the thing that we bring we together, not the one that we scatter away all the time. So in that speed, they will open now for quick set of round of questions. During a big day, when I know ECOWAS they go on, we don't come give the details. Tomorrow the ministerial sessions it starts, the mediation committee members them, and then the day after, Thursday and Friday, we get the ministerial council meeting. It starts. Saturday, we open the historic Julius Maada Bio Convention Center, Nalunge. We open the ECOWAS Logistics Depot, Nalunge. And then Sunday, the country they play host for the first time in history to the ECOWAS heads of states for the media summit. We will get multiple heads of state in the Kanaya and a brand new facility we all will be proud of. Lunge, if you go there now, not to say below, transformed, part of President Bio in vision for help for bringing this country together. One let Lunge become a gateway for let Alaji Alpha Kano go gladi. You want to make a diplomatic city there. We attract conference tourism. I see somebody they pass about money, they try for compare OAU, this, that. We don't make this clear. Independent analysts, they don't make this clear. Anybody will get small intellectual prowess. You know, so when they compare amounts, they compare the amount that you adjust for inflation over the period of time. So if they say in 1980 there be 200 million, we adjust in real dollar terms for today, 1980, it will be 801 million. That's what they spent. And the judgment of economists and history is that the foundation now need for the evisceration of the economy. That's the judgment of historians. The country could not afford it. The bank governor at the time advised against it. IMF at the time advised against it. But it was done. President Bio say we need a more prudent economic management. We for years play a leading role globally. But we not for do that at the expense of social investments. We not for do that at the expense of the economic stability. So we don't maintain all social investments. We host ECOWAS this year. We don't maintain everything. Free quality education, healthcare, everything. Fit salon. We don't maintain the investments. We're spending from we coffers less than 0.01% of the national budget. But even if you take the private sector investment, you take the value because I would guarantee it's only 1%, 1.5% of the GDP. At the time, the expenses was about 20% of the GDP, 50% of the development budget, half of it, all taken directly from the treasury. We will not do that at all. Private sector investment. By the way, I see somebody they quote multiple numbers. I be mentioned say the initial agreement was about 86 million, by the way, not to be in dollar, not be euro, not be include the presidential villas and the 14 presidential villas there with the bill and all that. When the agreement don't be completed with everything incorporated, and comes to 124 million. So that this government, we're very transparent. We come forward and talk. By the way, when they attend this press conference, no say when I be announced the agreement with the Ministry of Finance, I came here, I explained it at the time. And we don't come back and give you the exact figure again, but that money doesn't come from the coffers. The private sector FB group, they contribute about 15 million euros. The rest they take in loans from EBID and other banks and other financial institutions. We do their own assessment. We think government they do a guarantee. But then bank they don't analyze the loan and don't say this in a loan where the capacity for pull this money back over the period of the agreement when at 30 years. At 30 years. At the period of the agreement. Not just so this country been do for letting you know upfront all these details. The setting up of that infrastructure, the government not spend a single direct cash into it. We not raid the treasury. That did not happen. For all of the operations of this, ECOWAS don't contribute significantly, but government of Sierra Leone get for contribute. If you host person or you host, select the person say they take care of home expense, you must make the rooms fine, you must count security, you must put the banner, you must host something, you must cook, one fall must die. Eh? Or with the flaman and a cow, when a baby guest, now they sacrifice for that opportunity there. Yeah, but must fry, sir. You know, bread must go into the oven. In some cultures, they said, and if one small person hand over, say, okay, marry this with sister, that will become, or with brother. So I want to take the question then quick, and then we'll come back to you. Oh, I'll do the questions quickly. Yes. Let me see the hands.
Nyaketwe MTV. I want to make an appeal to Honorable Alpha Khan. Firstly, to us now, we all glad we drop all the charges them against the former president. But my first appeal would be say the families for the one that will be lost in life during that November 26 school, please make us take them into consideration as they are going through a lot. And also to the families of those that were influenced, brainwashed, and financed also. I think so. I need for taking them into consideration also.
We understand, say, the Guinea government don't be left younger, but the old man pass. What's guarantee will get it? In terms of litigation, in accordance with the international law, who go assure perpetual peace now and for all? Or is it that, say, the Guinean president did not say the ECOWAS meeting, they take place in Sierra Leone, that I make it just gateway? Two, Mr. Alpha Khan. Excuse me, sir. Doctor, rumor they go on say, I want to educate skeptics them. You tell them the difference. That this ECOWAS meeting, when they can hold us alone, go likely cause economic wars them, like the OAU conference. I want to make you educate the general public whether it's true or not. Yes, sir. Pardon me, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, sir, my minister. Yes, sir. But I true say any country where they host the ECOWAS conference or ECOWAS meeting, the member states that they financially contribute for give some financial help, sir. Thank you.
Mahmoud Silla from the Nature newspaper and Silla I Watch Online. I'm back. I've been away for some time.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We missed you.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Minister of Information, will you be surprised? This is the decision the government of Sierra Leone, through the Attorney General's office, don't take. This decision will go against you tomorrow in the sense that, people then go misinform or, some action will be taken against, the government of Sierra Leone as a result of, victims mentioned just now. That is one. Honorable Alpha Khan, who also close to...
Hold the mic up here small.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are very close to the former president and you are also close to the current president. There was a rumor that the house where the current president were residing at Juba was paid by the former president. Will you confirm that information to the public today?
Indeed, I'm Current Ali from Pan African Student Voice Radio. The first question they go to Alhaji Alpha Khan. Waiting the assurance really give to citizens them about security during this ECOWAS summit till it come to the end. My next question they go to Honorable Emerson Lamina. We don't see ECOWAS they give judgment over issues then many times na ECOWAS country them, but then country then they can feel for adhere to them judgment then they. We remember there is a case where one lady, because of child marriage, that issue they up now against Sierra Leone, and you actually represent ECOWAS now here. It's not the assurance we will give you say the ECOWAS itself will begin bet. It will be just that ECOWAS so they see they will give verdict over an issue and the country not adhere to that particular verdict there?
Thank you. Alassane Kuma, the report for Post Online Television. My question to go to the Deputy Leader too of Government Business regarding the former president in Kamwa. You been mentioned inside statements if Parliament get for debate. That particular decision that will come up from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I just want to know how Parliament get forgot about that. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice already don't break the news out to the public. And the second one, they go to Madam Samai. You inside your statement, you mentioned Sierra Leone, now the second peaceful country now Africa, so to speak, now West Africa, so to speak. I just want to know, because there are a lot of concerns coming from Sierra Leoneans, we hold the Sierra Leone passport that they've been harassed in numerous countries across the country on the issues we get to do with the drug across West Africa, especially for Sierra Leone. I just want to let you comment on that. Yeah, thank you.
Niratu Kalon from Nirakal Insight. We are visioning Lungay to be a second capital for Sierra Leone. So the government has stated that this infrastructure is designed to elevate Lungay into a major commercial and administrative hub. But what beyond the Austin diplomatic summit, what specific policies are going to be introduced, so that the private sector enterprises will be established permanently in Lungay? And also the second question I have is, as the chairman of the ECOWAS, there are other countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger that exit the ECOWAS. What regional dynamic has the chair of ECOWAS, diplomatic concessions or strategies is President Bio proposing during the summit to rebuild the trust so that there will not be any other fragmentation in the ECOWAS?
Right. Thank you. I'll start so and go so we'll end with Alaji. You had a couple of questions. How ECOWAS, whether it's who say ECOWAS, they contribute to the cost when in the hosts. And then there was another question for you about how Parliament debates this issue we will be read about earlier today. And then about the country honoring, and again, and maybe an opportunity for like clarify, ECOWAS court judgments and ECOWAS inability for help for first country for do that. Please, let's do as briefly as we can.
Yeah, when a member country and they contribute to ECOWAS, I want to make we know a few things how ECOWAS are run. All countries, they finance their own contribution to ECOWAS. How? They how about it? For example, Sierra Leone, any ship where they can saloon, as long as they inside African territory, they cut 0.5% tax. What's that money to go? BSL, Bank of Saloon. Then they use for fund ECOWAS activity then. As you see me now, so each time I go ECOWAS Parliament, each time Honorable Abukabo, they go ECOWAS Parliament, not to Salon government, they buy for tickets, not to Salon government, they buy for the degree per diem. Now ECOWAS, now responsibility that. Are you understanding that? So, we losses in other pan Salon government at all and ECOWAS. Notwithstanding, what will be contribution? I know get Kenya at least, I know for buy coffee, tea, bread, for feed them. Definitely, morally speaking, the money like for spend for do jingle, etc., etc. These are little things. Salon government go most put in Andy. Yeah, I can tell you, because it will be shameful they get Kenya for them kind of big summit where they put Salon on the map, greatly bright map. That Salon and another good thing I go see from this summit. I don't want to boku ECOWAS country them for all for ECOWAS sitting there. I know with the exception of Nigeria, I know one day see we get ECOWAS building. Look how they can't get Julius Malala building. So to the way that ECOWAS will be ECOWAS property in a day. All of the ECOWAS material on a hotel of the go. So now our landmark Salon on score so again, besides Abuja, Nigeria, now Salon will be the next country where we get ECOWAS house, where we name after President Julius Malala in name. So these few things are also judgment of ECOWAS. And follow we know, like I said earlier on, ECOWAS are divided into the commission, ECOWAS divided into the parliament and the courts. And they work for the parliament also. But in as much as ECOWAS in judgment they can come, countries, they actually ban for are there. But also want to make you know, countries that get their sovereignty there, maybe not aligned to country sovereignty in a task, then they subscribe, then country they respect that ECOWAS commission, but countries they get a uniqueness in terms of sovereignty where nobody not in touch at the end of the day. Another question will come again that Parliament will come with a resolution soon. Yes, very soon. This week, before it expire, Parliament will come out with a resolution. The standing orders of Parliament will clear that Section 14 inside the Constitution, subsection 4, the President, a minister, they can go into any agreement, but for like binding, the Parliament then get that authority inside Section 14 of the Constitution, subsection 4, D. Any resolution, they can go into them. But for like binding, now only Parliament get that authority. Section 105 of the Constitution is a Parliament, without prejudice, Parliament shall be the highest law-making authority. So these are very, very important. And the sister also asked last question, what are the strategy then where President Julius Malema don't do for them country they don't secede? I will tell you, you don't get sleep. Because I tell you earlier on that not only in understand President Julius Malema, not only in understand the language of incoming combatant now. Now make it free at any time for jump, now Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. They don't understand themselves. I don't tell you the detail because it go premature now. But it don't go far. Who could have thought Guinea go get democracy like today? Who could have thought Benin Republic could go overturn? Who could have thought Guinea-Bissau, they're not agreeing and say, yes, we'll get this election. That has been the strategy. Sleepless night of President Julius Malema. Each time he happy to jump. So not like he don't give Galon classical example. So no, if you competent diplomatically and they honor me and they adore me and say, hey, they walk in and sleep. All the sub region don't bring quietude, quietness day. Now the Sahel. Quietness. Then your own backyard. You get question mark. They have to make it take the bold step with the minister, not less a person, the government talk man, the minister of information and civic education. Don't break a big news for you today. Based on that, Parliament will get resolution. I will tell you, even this week, for cement everything. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, leader. And Sarah, I think there was one question or two. Pakama herself been direct one question to you, and then the other ones to respond to them quickly, please.
Start with the Yenga Young. Yenga, if you've been the follow-up Yenga not to want and the soldier man and just grab the open the border and say when I begin go up and down. Right? A lot of negotiation and talk done there between the two soldier man them and between the different sides, communities them. As we did it, we even get program where they go on the right now, right? Community. But one of the things them we been done up in force, this last play they way pass so. The two soldier man them, Guinean, them play against Salon soldier, then they. Football. So you they see say then create them brotherhood way been done caused by animosity. Right? That's all part of trust building. So then don't get a lot of trust building exercise where then go continue. Not to one day. Where them in can epidemic can for we. So if problem can be, we still need for know how they handle them until we resolve them peacefully. Now then don't open. People then they go and come, then they do them business. Problem no day it's right now. So no pray say, wait till we don't start. It go lead to the total commode, then go able for commode day back and go back now then country. We self go able for man then guard, we border them and make sure say that place they become more lively. Go one thing them wait and say the place be so dead. So we need for make more life, more activity they gone so that nobody know can take with territory. Again, now we been calling for Epui. Now make them come. Second one, security for we passport. In internal security, when they pass in the streets, then they stop you asking for your passport. No, nobody stop you asking for your passport. If they stop you na people your own border, na their own checks and balance and security where they put in place for their own country. Maybe you go feel saying that you want and they check when a Sierra Leonean. You go surprised if the Gambian will tell you say then they stop them. The Nigerian will tell you say then they stop them. So every country get in your own checks and balance in terms of security. Then they influence the global peace index. What they talk about say Salon na the second most peaceful country in West Africa. Now completely two different things. So then we said Salon will get with your security check. We don't then don't arrest people there with drug them now with airports. Now, because of the kind of security they will put now with border points there, we don't even hear na Cambia district where then they catch people there with illegal things them. Even with picking them more than one for stowaway with. We see how they don't stop them. So it's waiting you they put every contingent in your right for put in your systems for security, for checks na in your border area, whether airport, whether land, whether by sea, anywhere. So I think say then na the your checks and balance will not affect we.
Thank you very much. Honorable Alhaji Alpha Khan, you get quite a few questions. I want to let you split them, some of the questions. So you will take the one that we been directed directly to you, and maybe you left some the way me say we'll take after us. But go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Well, this ECOWAS business, I think, in a way we don't understand what in ECOWAS mean. If we understand what ECOWAS mean, now we could jump. If most of us not been born yet, you one at this country. Now ECOWAS can bring peace. For we were we don't day, then 10 and day, we know what that meant. So we were there, we will tell you now what it mean. But let me remind you of a nursery rhyme. If all the men were one man, what a great man that would be. If all the women were one woman, what a great woman that would be. If all the countries were one country, what a great country that would be. That means size is wealth. The greatest nations on earth today, now the one that we get huge population. For example, India went for 1.4 billion people. I think it's not the most populated. China is 1.3 billion. Then you get America, I know, for 350 million, and then Russia. When I look at ECOWAS, ECOWAS has 400 million people. If all of the countries of ECOWAS were one country, what a great country that would be. We for call awaiting the United States of West Africa. And that is exactly what we are. Now the political union not it, but the committee with a set in our ECOWAS is a function almost as much. When Minister Siba say, we problem in being Benin in December it was. The morning way happened. By the time President Bio don't for call in colleagues then, there were boots on the ground from Nigeria and from Cote d'Ivoire. So before they said 2 o'clock Santem, they couldn't done. President Bio was chairman. He said, no, I not go to Guinea-Bissau. When it happened, you go there. It was not reversed only because the president not be interested for go back that day. He don't go to Senegal. So they no one left vacuum. They allow the one that will make the coup, make the incident, but then give them strict conditionalities. You're going to put a timetable. And that timetable is running now, then they can't get to it. So this is not a greatness. If ECOWAS were one country, we don't need the Strait of Hormuz for open oil lock. Nigeria get oil. Ghana get oil. Cote d'Ivoire get oil. Senegal get gas. Mauritania, where President Biode and fed for Brinker, they get gas and oil. We go left for we begin. We will be self-sufficient. Gold. We self get. But for the system able for come back into the fold, we go back to the original 15 countries. We can be a self-sufficient country. Really no need nobody. We have great universities. In fact, the oldest university in Black Africa, I think it is the 2nd or 3rd university in the whole world. Namali, University of Timbuktu. And then you have the other one in Morocco. So all these, we had these things before even the Oxfords were set up. So we have the areas of learning, even if not for land book no more. What did they say today? They say the most educated portal man in this world, the one whole world, na Sierra Leone come out. That is West Africa. Then they also say, inside Africa, the people with the highest intelligence quotient, na Sierra Leoneans, inside West Africa. So we have the intellect, we have the human capacity, we get the resources, we get the land. If only we get the union, who will the Fed forget now? Believe me, we will be a great country. We will be more populated than the United States. They are 350. We are 400. We are not going to fight for the good because we will open up. Because when President Bill and don't fight the AES, that is the Association of Sahel States, come back into the fold, it means that we fence way there between we and the Sahara, that is Mali, and Niger. We don't build them back. Once we build it, it is